everybody. It is Thursday, July 18th. It is 9:05 a.m. and we got an offer from DoorDash. We're getting $32.25 for 10.5 miles, and we have to go to Target to shop for 18 items and then to PetSmart to shop for 4 items. Let's get going. A new strategy today because I do a new strategy every day, it seems like. So today's strategy is $15 minimum, $2 for every mile minimum, and I've been online since 6 a.m. and have gotten nothing that has met this criteria for the past 3 hours. So I've just been, I've been working on graphics for the videos, for future videos, and also I've been looking at music on YouTube, the free copyright music that they have, trying to find more fun, different types of music to add to the videos. And then I exercised on the treadmill, and what else did I do? I just kept pressing the button, decline, X. I did that for quite a long time. And then this offer came in, and I was like, well, this meets the criteria, so let's hit the road. And I was starting to wonder if I was going to get anything at all. I was trying to think what kind of video I could possibly make if I get absolutely nothing. I guess I could just screen capture different offers. Then I would have just said how I came up with this crazy idea and it blew up in my face and didn't work out. I guess that's what the video would have been about. But luckily something did come in. I guess I could have changed it. Then I would have just said I started off with this idea and it didn't work, so I shifted the plan middle of the day. And so I think if I wouldn't have gotten anything at all by probably by about 11 a.m. or noon, I would have just shifted my strategy just to do some type of small deliveries nearby in the neighborhood. I would have probably lowered it to like probably $7, $6, $7, and I would have done still $2 a mile. Because no matter what, I still always have, the latest I can really work is probably till about 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. at the latest. And then that is it. And then I got other things I have to do. So luckily this one came in, so we're good. Took a peek at the grocery list because I want to make sure I'm not being set up for something horrible. And it looks like in general we're going to be doing groceries. I would say 95% of everything is groceries. I think there's one or two items that are like, beauty items or something like, not makeup, but just like beauty related stuff like lotion or oil or something like that. So I'll show you that in a little bit. And then the big mystery is going to be, what are we getting at the PetSmart or Petco or whatever store it is. That's the big mystery. What are we getting from there, and how heavy is that going to be? Because they got some real heavy items in there. They got that cat litter and those giant bags of dog food. So I don't know. We'll just have to find out when we get to that point. On the internet this morning a story about Uber Eats and Lyft, and how everybody is gravitating to doing delivery, and nobody wants to drive people around, and they're having a hard time getting people to do the people part of gig work. And there's a lot of customers who are getting fed up, and they're just getting sick of waiting so long to get a ride. So apparently most gig workers are now moving into the deliveries because, well, the obvious reasons, because it's less stressful. You don't feel like you're going to get murdered when you're doing delivery work. And of course, it's less miles on your car because you can control the miles. And then there's less unpredictability when it comes to the type of people that are going to get into your car, whether or not they're going to be obnoxious or not. So they were saying that they're actually, both Lyft and Uber have been losing money trying to attract people to do the gig work. So it's starting to become a problem. So I don't know what they're going to do about, because you know what always happens when these companies start to lose money, or they're not getting what they want, they find ways to get what they want. They are so sneaky. So we'll see what occurs down the road. But for right now, man, people drive like lunatics. For right now, it looks like the demand for delivery work is soaring, and the delivery driving is suffering because there's just not enough people to do that kind of work. All right, we're gonna pull up the list here, and we got some sandwich meat, some Ballpark Franks. We have, what else do we have on this list? We got some bread, some hot dog buns. There's that case of water that we love. We got some ice cream, some mayo, ketchup, some Honeycrisp apples, some type of, I think those are trash bags. Yeah, some kind of scented trash bags, scrub brush, bleach, dental picks, it looks like, and hemp baby. I think that's some kind of oil. I think the last thing is some kind of a toothbrush, and that's it. So let's get in there and get started. This store is so weird because they put stuff in different sections of the store when it comes to soap, so it gets really difficult to find. Like over here near the makeup, they have like more soap, which is really weird because where I was at, there was also soap, so it's really bizarre. The last one. What? Alright, I'm all done. That took hell of a long time. Let's get out of here. I think I should have done the PetSmart first, because I've got ice cream in this batch, and what's going to happen to the ice cream if it takes me a long time to shop inside of inside of PetSmart? Well, this is totally nuts. We got the shopping list up for PetSmart. We got ice cream in the trunk. It's 100 degrees. This is so funny. I don't even know what's gonna happen. Well, I guess I shouldn't worry about it. So we're shopping for some Shiba meaty tender sticks, cat treats, some cat toys, some scratching discs, and what is this? And some cat calming chews. I wonder how long it's gonna take us to get this shopping done. without having the ice cream melt that's in the trunk. In this car is probably going to go up to probably 130 degrees. Oh yeah. Well, maybe I should carry in the ice cream and put it in the shopping cart and carry it in the store. I guess they hopefully won't say anything. Oh, I can't park there. All right, here we go. We're parking. Let's pray for a miracle. Everything is a roadblock today. I'm losing my marbles over here big time. This is absolutely insane. So I could not bring in the Uber Eats bag because it would have just caused too many problems with the store. You know, they would think I was just loading stuff up in there. So I don't know what the status is of the ice cream. I zipped up the Uber Eats bag, and I put all the cold stuff in there all together, but there wasn't a lot of cold stuff. It's not like it's packed tight with cold stuff. There's just like, I think like some almond milk in there, and there is some sandwich meat, and I think that's about it. There's really not a lot of items in there to keep stuff cold. So I don't know. Maybe they put chemicals in the ice cream now where it doesn't melt. I don't know. You know, I'm just doing the best I can. So our next stop is, where do you think we're going to? That's right. We're going to first drop off the PetSmart. First, we're dropping off the PetSmart order because that's very important. And it's an apartment. So that's going to make it even longer. I'm just glad this is a DoorDash, so you know we're going to get the tip. So we're not worried about that. What I'm really worried about is, I guess just my rating will go down. Like they'll be upset that their ice cream is melted, but there's nothing I can do. I don't know why they batch the orders like this. Like, don't they have a thing that knows, you know, the items that they've ordered and whether or not they're at a risk of melting? I mean, especially two shopping orders together. Very unusual, very strange to me. Okay, so we're cruising along here trying to get, we got 5 more minutes to go until we're at the apartment. 1.6 miles, and of course it's handed to me. We have a gate code, we have a building number, and we have an apartment number. So let's cross our fingers once again. Time is currently 10:06 a.m. and we accepted this order at 9:02 a.m. So it's officially been 1 hour since we've accepted this assignment. So it looks like, well, so far it looks like it's going to take 90 minutes to complete. So that's about in line with $20 an hour, which is not bad. I think my only real concern at this point now, and we're getting $32.25. So at this point now, I don't think I have any concerns. I'm just gonna go with the flow and not stress about it. When I was in the PetSmart, I started getting like panicked, and I was like, I just abandoned the shopping cart. Like there was nothing even in it because it was just it was slowing me down pushing the shopping cart. So I was just frantically going up and down the aisles in PetSmart, and I wasn't even able to record much video because I had to 100% focus on trying to find these items. And I would say 3 out of the 4 items I couldn't find, and I had to ask for help from someone, because I think, you know, when you get into a panic, you can't really see the forest for the trees. So I was completely at a loss about where things were, because they were items that I had never shopped for before. So even when I got to the right section for like these cat scratching discs, even though I was in the right aisle, I could not see them. And it was because I was so stressed about those little mouse toys. They didn't have them, so I had to look for a substitute. And so the substitutes that came up, they didn't have those either. So I just randomly grabbed something that just looked kind of like little mice, but they were like little minks, little baby minks. And I just scanned those, and the person approved them, and I was just relieved. And then they wanted these cat calming chews, and I looked in the treat section up and down for the longest time, couldn't find them. And then I finally ended up asking somebody, and they were not even in that section at all. They were in some section where all these other medical things were. I was like, oh no. So that just turned into a whole long episode, and man, it's amazing what'll happen when you start to panic. Alright, so I got the other one delivered. This one delivered, and the guy was taking so long to get to the door that I was gonna just leave it and take a picture of it and message them with the picture where I left it. But as I was about to take the picture, he showed up, so that was good. And you won't even believe this, but I got another offer that was an additional $6 for just one more mile to go to a breakfast place from DoorDash. And so they wanted me to not yet deliver this order. They wanted me to first go to this breakfast place and pick up some breakfast food before I dropped off these groceries. I was just like, what? I'm like, they really don't care anything about how perishable the items are that you get in your cart, I guess. Wow. So I had to reject it because, it was good for the money and the miles, but there was no way I could pick that up as well and then, take it along the way, knowing that I have these perishables in the car. So that just was not going to happen. So now we got 9 more minutes to go, 3.4 miles. We're going to be going to an apartment, and I believe this is a notorious apartment where it's very difficult to deliver, just in regards to finding the apartment door. But I could be wrong, but based on the address, I would say no, I'm not wrong. So this one's a tough one. This one is definitely going to go into an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. So incredibly long, but it's still worth the money. So, and when I think about what I've done today, which is absolutely nothing, it's still worth it. So I don't regret taking it. I forgot to mention that when I went into the complex and I checked for the gate code, it was an incomplete gate code. It was only a 3-digit gate code, and that complex requires a 4-digit code. So luckily when I pulled in, somebody had just gone in and the gate was starting to close, and so I just gunned it and got into the complex. But this is one of those ones where it just seems like everything doesn't want to go your way, even though you have even with my experience doing it, I still find myself struggling to complete this offer. When I was inside of Target, I was so lost trying to find those cleaning supplies, and I was going up and down the aisles several times. It was the same thing, just like PetSmart, and I had to ask somebody for help, and then they showed me where it was, and of course I had walked that aisle probably 2 times, and it was there, but it was at the bottom shelf, and I just didn't see it. And then when they got me, and then when I had to pick up some kind of scrub brushes, the scrub brushes were not in front of me to my right, they were behind me. So I was like looking at all the scrub brushes they had, and they had a second section right behind me with more scrub brushes. And I was so mad because I had spent so much time, and I had already scanned in like a substitute, and I was waiting for approval, and I was like, oh, they're right here. So man, it was just like nothing was going right with this offer. Every single shopping situation was unfamiliar to me, because there were items that were just items I don't regularly get. Like, I can't remember the last time I shopped for a scrub brush. All right, we're here at the apartment complex, everybody. Let's see if we can find this building. It should be so simple. And I think it is. It's this building here on the right. Wow. I can't believe it. Let's make sure we get the right one. Let's see if I can find it. Their numbers are so small. Jeepers creepers. Let's see if I... Okay, it's got to be this one right here. There's like a dummy right here. There it is. It's the one with the dummy. I don't mean like a real person. I mean, I got one of these punching things at their balcony. Here we go. Okay, we got the money, and that was quite the experience. So I have to say that overall it was fine. It was a successful delivery, and that's all that we can say about it. It was successful. We completed the mission. Something's coming in from Uber Eats, $6.02, 5 miles now. So I'm still committed to my, I'm so tired. $6.08, 6.8 miles now. I didn't drink of water. My gosh. I'm still committed to only accepting $15 and up. And, if this is all the money we make, so be it. But that's what I'm doing. I don't know, watch out for this truck. It's like easy killer. And if this is all the money we make, it's fine, no big deal. And it looks like to get all the way back home, total miles is going to be somewhere around 18 miles, it looks like it. So we're good. For the money to mile ratio, it's really good, and hourly rate is normal. Yeah, I think everything is just fine. So I just hope we get at least one more, because if we can get one more, that would be perfect, and then I could wrap it up. But let's see, it's 10:30 now, so we got 10:30, 11:30. I'll go until noon, so we have an hour and a half to possibly get something else. Man, that wore me out, so I'm gonna catch my breath. All right, we've got our next one, and it's gonna be our last one. We're gonna be shopping at Vons, and it's through Uber Eats. We're gonna get $28.03 to shop for 25 items at Vons. Let's get on over and start that shopping. All right, let's take a look at the shopping list. We got some Land O'Lakes butter. We have some different kinds of soups, some deli cheese. We got different kinds of fruit, lots of different kinds of fruit. We're going to be in the produce section for a minute. Vegetables. What is this? Grandma's family size wide egg noodles, garlic, some ice cream. Everybody wants ice cream. Deli meat, some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes, watermelon. We got a lot of produce to get. Russet potatoes, some ready-made meals, and yes, a lot of stuff in the deli section. We gotta go to the we might have to go to the counter and ask for some potato salad, it looks like, and then some signature cafe Parmesan risotto. All right, let's go do it.
I never did it the other day.
Customer has added 2 more items, so I've got to go all the way back. I think they added 3, come to think of it. This is one of them. They added sugar, so I've got to go all the way back to the other side of the store to get the sugar. Here we go. So it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Well, they didn't have the frozen pasta noodles that they wanted, so I've got to go back to the other side of the store again and try to just find a regular pack of generic egg noodles. right, done again, and now we're just heading on out to the checkout. Oh, that was brutal. Whoa. My phone almost fell. All right, let's get out of here. Let me back this car up and get moving. That air, it's so hot. It's 105. Oh man. We're gonna go 7 minutes from here, 3 miles. It's a meet at the door. It's a house. I don't think there's anything else to say. Let's go. Wow, that order was something else. There was so much to get, and then they added stuff which made it even worse, because it's not that you add an item, it's the fact that when I go through the store, I'm going from left to right, and so every time they added an item, I'd have to go all the way back across the store and then come all the way back again. And that's what eats up so much time. It's not adding an item, it's the fact that when they add an item, I have to travel a significant distance round trip to get that item they've suddenly added on. So it eats up time. Not to mention that, sometimes there are items that aren't available. They're just not there. So you gotta look for a substitute. And then you gotta spend the time first making sure that the item's not there. So wow, there was several items that were like that. There were some sort of frozen egg noodles that were like that, and there was another thing. There was these prepared meals that they wanted. One of them they didn't have, but I had to go through the whole thing. I had to look and look and look to make sure that they didn't have it, and they did not have it. So, and then I don't think anything major happened. There was one good thing that happened. There was a cashier at the end, and she was super fast, and she got me out of there like lightning speed. So that was the one plus. But let's see how long. Hold on, let me turn off the navigation. Let me take a look and see how long we've been on this assignment. That I'm curious about. So we got this offer at 10:39, 10:40. So it's been almost an hour. So we're doing good. So for this one, it was much faster than the other thing we had to deal with. And I think that was because we didn't have to go to 2 stores. We only went to one, and because it was Vons, I'm very familiar with Vons, so it was not as horrific as that Target. That Target that we went to, I don't normally go to that Target, and so the layout is completely different from the one I normally go to. So that really slowed me down. And then of course that PetSmart, I don't hardly ever go in that PetSmart. So, so this one is moving along a lot quicker. We do have to get a pin, of course, from this customer, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. And yeah, so let's just get underway and get this dropped off and go home. That I saw people are making comments and they like the combination of music and no music. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm going to be trying to find, you know, a wider selection of music, so that way I can keep mixing it up. And then yeah, I'll make sure I keep mixing shopping experiences. So there's moments where there's music, and then there's moments where you're hearing the sounds of the bags and the plastic being crinkled and dropped in the cart. So everybody's getting a little bit of what they want. See, look at this. It's a happy medium for everyone. Well, I've never been to this house before, that's for sure. I'm like, wait a minute, where are we? Hope she's not. It says that I'm going to be making a left pretty soon, so hopefully there's a street here. Oh yeah, there is. I see it. Throw my blinker on. This doesn't look familiar to me. This will be my first time I've ever been to this house. Is it the very first one? I think so. It's the very first one. And there's a gardener here. Perfect. All right, let's drop it off. All right, well, that delivery went fine. She met me at the door as promised. I handed her all of the bags, and she was just talking about how hot it was. I'm like, yeah, it's hot, 106 degrees. And I always feel bad for the people when they open their door and they want to meet at the door because they're letting all their air conditioning out. And I can feel all this ice cold air coming out of her house. I'm like, oh, poor thing. But she's probably, you know, it was an older woman, so she was just probably more worried about the groceries, and you know, she wanted them instantly in the house, and she didn't care about her cold air coming out of the house. She did not want them set on the on the hot ground. So yeah, so I'm putting up the numbers, and you could see how much money that we made, and for 2 deliveries, it's a pretty good number. And then miles wise, we should be doing good as well. Online time is probably terrible because I started at 6 a.m. and it's already almost noon. And then look below and you can see the stats for DoorDash and Uber Eats. And I think we did one DoorDash and we did 1 Uber Eats. So I think overall I liked doing this because it meant that I didn't have to keep going home over and over again. That's the one thing I don't like. I mean, I like being at home and waiting for really good offers, but I don't like constantly having to go drop off and go back home and then, you know, do an offer and come back home. Because normally I would do somewhere between, you know, somewhere about 5. I do about 5 deliveries, so that's 5 round trips that I would normally do. So for this one, I've done zero round trips. I basically just banged them out. I did 1 and a 2, and then I was done. So now I'm heading home, and I'm gonna go have some lunch. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.